Stand live, starring BSR Pockets, BSR Hot Rod, BSR Momo, BSR Joba, BSR Star, BSR SR5. Featuring Vince Conway, Bandit, Gear, Eddie D, Trish Yeager, Eli, musical guest, BSR Mayhem, and your host, BSR Texan. Ladies and gentlemen, BSR Texan.
All right, welcome everybody to the Spotter Stand. I hope you guys like that new intro cooked up for us by BSR Mayhem. I really appreciate him doing that, man. I think he did an awesome job on that little Saturday Night Live spiff there. I think that's a great way to bring in the show, and we're going to be using that from now on. Man, awesome job, Mayhem. Thank you very much for doing that for us, man.
No problem, man. That was a lot of fun to do.
That was funny. That was good stuff.
Well, we got sorry for the late start tonight, everybody. We have had some technical difficulties. We had some points issues to work out, getting our chase points all settled up for the BSR Xfinity Series on Friday night. We did start the chase this last week at Darlington. We had to get those points all straightened out and get them lined up so I could get them loaded here to show you guys on the Spotter Stand tonight. So sorry about the wait. We're glad you guys have hung around watching live with us here tonight. A couple other things that I would like to talk about this evening before we get started with the show. We all know about this recent split we've had in the league. I've done my best to be respectful every time I've talked about this. I'm not calling anybody names. I'm not saying anything that is not true. Recently, one of our members received a post from Magoo. And I believe this is basically the kind of thing that he has been saying and telling everybody who races over there with them now, and still trying to recruit members that are still racing with the real BSR, which is what we are. I'm going to read this to you guys, and I've got a couple of things that I'm going to say, and we're going to get on with the show. So let's just get right into it. Starts off, you're in the wrong clubhouse for true friends. By the way, Greg Trogdon and I have worked out our differences, and he's racing with us now. I will not tolerate rude, disrespectful trash talkers. This is why I fired Pockets, and yet the remaining admins over there still have not and will not do anything but try to help steal a clubhouse and remove the president of said clubhouse. These people will stab you in the back. Draw your own conclusions. Make your own choices. I, for one, was surprised you stayed there. Whenever you're ready to race with real true friends and bond with a brotherhood, you know where to find us. Take care. See you around. Okay. I'm going to address a couple of things in this post right quick. I will not tolerate rude, disrespectful trash talkers. Well, that's something Magoo has done plenty of himself. He knows it. Everybody sitting here knows it. The second thing that he says in here, as far as I fired Pockets. I don't know if this has ever been brought up before, but Pockets has been running this league for the last 11 years, maybe more. One guy does not come in and fire the person who's been running the league for the last 11 years. It takes a vote of a majority of the admins, which never happened, by the way. Magoo somehow thinks he can just come in here. He believes he is the president of this, and he is not. I mean, you don't leave. You left. You were gone for years. You don't come back and you're the president. You own BSR. That doesn't work that way. BSR Pockets has been running this league for the last 11 years. If you want to remove the head admin, you need to get a majority vote from the admins. You got one admin that went and raced over there at Magoo. That's Brain Fade. Every other admin is still here at the real BSR. There was no vote. There was no meeting. There was no discussion about removing BSR Pockets as the head admin of this league. Magoo just came in, and what he says later here in the post about us trying to steal a league. Well, Magoo, that's exactly what you just did. That's exactly what you just did. You left. You were gone for years. You don't come back. You don't own the league. You're not the president of the league. If anybody was the president, it would have been Pockets. And like I said, you don't come in and fire him all by yourself. You have to have a majority vote. You have to have a meeting. And that was never done. And you know why it was never done? Because all the admins are still here. They would have never voted for that. And you know it. And, you're the one who stole a league. You're the one who's stabbing people in the back, not us. You're not BSR. Plain and simple. You don't own the league. It doesn't belong to you. Just because you may have been one of the first members of the league does not mean it is yours. Everybody who has done anything for this racing league is still here. BSR Scar, who does all the renders, still here. BSR Wings does all the paints, along with Scar, does a lot of the paints, still here. BSR Hot Rod does all the points, still here. BSR Pockets does all the behind-scene work, still here. BSR Mayhem, who's done quite a lot for us, including the intro I just played, still here. Myself, who's put a lot of effort personally into videos and this particular show, still here. All of you guys who left over there, basically, if anybody's been stabbed in the back, it's all of us. It's all of the admins and the drivers who are still at the real BSR. We are BSR. You're not BSR.
The dedicated broadcaster's still here.
That's right. So, I just wanted to get that out there. I just really could not believe the things that he is saying about this group. We've all been friends and racing together for a long time. All you guys that went over there with Magoo, I really am sorry to see you guys all go. I'm sorry that we've all been friends. We've been racing together for a very long time. But nobody here has stabbed anyone in the back. The backstabbing has been done by, I think I've said it already. We know who's stabbing who in the back. We know who's stealing a league. And it is not this group. This group is the league that has been here for the past 14 years or more.
I think the guy who's still here pays the bill, or foots the bill, right?
SS Joba has paid for the RLM server since we've had it. And everything that has gone on since then with Brian Voiles renaming his server to Bomb Squad Racing. Come on, Brian. What are you doing, man? Magoo is not BSR. Does not have the right to BSR. Doesn't have the right to tell anybody they can put that BSR tag in front of their name. What are you doing naming your server Bomb Squad Racing? You guys are not Bomb Squad Racing. This is Bomb Squad Racing. There's no question, no doubt. All of these guys, all of these admins that are still here, you have one admin. Magoo, you were no longer an admin. Chevy Chase, you were booted out. You're no longer an admin. You guys are not if anybody has stolen the league, you are the people who have stolen the league. You're trying to steal the league, trying to hijack it. Not us. We're still here, same place we've always been. We didn't move TeamSpeak. We didn't move the server. We did, you went off and you go and get a different team speak. You got a different server. You're trying to you're trying to recruit members. That's who's doing the stealing and the backstabbing, and then turning around and making posts like this, where you're basically accusing us of doing everything that you're doing. I'm sorry. I just had to say something. I think maybe I've gone on a little bit too long, but this is the truth. And I think everybody needs to know this. I really hope that some of you guys that are racing over there will come and see this, watch this. I've replied to every email that Magoo has sent out, and I've said basically the same thing. You cannot leave the league for years and then come back and claim ownership of it. You cannot, you know, you can't hijack the league and then try to say you're BSR. You like the clubhouse reference? Just like I said in the email, name your league the clubhouse. Name your league whatever you want. It's not Bomb Squad Racing. You guys need to just do the right thing. If you want to be a different league, be a different league. Rename your server Brian Boyles, please. Clubhouse, whatever you guys want to call it. Come up with your own name. You're not Bomb Squad. And, trying to make these posts, it's crazy. I just really hope that maybe some of you guys that are racing there will come to your senses, understand what's been going on. I'm going to reach out. I'm going to extend my hand here, and the rest of us here at BSR. Any of you guys who would like to come back and race with your friends that you've been racing with for years, you're welcome. No hard feelings. Come back over here and race with us. We're not the hijackers. We're not the stealers. We're the guys that have been here running this league for everybody for the last however many years. What you've been led into is the hijacking, and if that's what you enjoy, then that's fine. That's great. If you're enjoying your racing there, if you enjoy those guys, and you dislike Pocket so much that that's what you want to do, then I understand. I'm not gonna, nobody's gonna hold that against you either. Just take off the BSR tag and stop calling yourself Bomb Squad Racing, because you're not. And stop spreading lies, Magoo. Please. And I'm done. If any of you other guys got anything you would like to say, I'm sorry I get a little emotional, because I love this league. I love you guys. Been racing with you all for so long, and this really gets me in a soft spot here, because, like I said, even to all of you guys that are over there racing with Magoo and Chevy, right, as we speak, you guys have been my friends for a long time. We've been racing together for a long time, and this really gets me. I can't stand this breakup that has happened, and when I see things like this where Magoo is going out making these posts accusing us of doing exactly what he has done, it hits me. I'm sorry, I get a little bit emotional, and it's difficult for me to come across without any emotion. But like I said, one guy can't come in and fire the man that's been running the league for the last 11 years. You got to have a majority vote. That never happened. And he accused his Pockets of being a dictator. Well, that's what a dictator does. You come in and you say you're running the show. This is your clubhouse. You're firing this person, and you're doing this and that. Well, you're the dictator, not Pockets. We've got a whole big group of admins here who make decisions, not one guy. And those admins didn't get any input on this so-called firing of Pockets. You just decided to do that all on your own. All right, I'm done. I'll stop talking. Anybody got anything they'd like to add to that?
I just think it's kind of ironic that the big breakup with OSR and Greg Trodden was all Magoo. We in the big meeting that we had with them guys, we had everything ironed out till Magoo said a bunch of stuff and got Greg all irate, and now they're back together again. I just think that's so ironic.
The
Yeah, the
majority of
enemy is
people
my
who
enemy
have
is my
paid,
friend.
the majority of people who also financed and paid for this league also are where they always are. And I find it ironic that the guy who calls himself the owner of it has never paid a dime. There's a couple of them over there who have never paid a dime to finance and support this league when it comes right down to it. Some of them over there have, but the majority of them are right here. I don't see how you can own something and base ownership on on the backs of the people who actually pay for it. That's all I'm saying. I still want to see this magical money order, which is a total lie, and everybody bought it. They know it's a lie, but they don't care. So that's it.
Yeah, like I said, I think it boils down to I'm surprised that really anybody, I don't think anybody thought that this was going to turn out the way that it did. Maybe some of the guys that went over there thought there would be more people that would go. Like I said, you had one admin brain fade. I'm really surprised at that myself. Nelly, I'm very surprised at that. And some of the other drivers, I'm very surprised. But as far as actual tagged BSR members, you bar BSR Magoo, who basically has done the hijacking. Chevy, who was again, Magoo says he doesn't allow disrespectful trash talking. I was in the server when BSR Chevy called Pockets something I will not repeat. Disrespectful trash talking. Well, you don't allow it, but I mean, that's the first guy you're in cahoots with over there. Also with the BSR tag on. You bar those guys and you have just 3 or 4, maybe 5 actual BSR tagged members that are over there. The rest of them are Brian Boyles, who nothing against Brian Boyles. Brian left on his own. He was welcome to come back any time he wanted. He took off his tag, but then has put it back on because I guess Magoo, told him to put your BSR tag back on. He's even named his server Bomb Squad Racing. Brian, I mean, really, come on, man. You're a stand-up guy. You do the right thing. I, yeah, I'll stop kicking this horse, and I just really hope that some of you guys over there will watch this. Magoo, I hope you see this. I don't know what to say to you, man. I mean, I know you probably feel similar as I do about Bomb Squad Racing, but if you just add up I mean, you man, I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to say to you, but yeah, from my point of view and everyone's point of view over here, you're the guy who has hijacked this league, who has stolen this league, who has split this league apart.
User entered your channel.
Not the people who are in here with us, the people who are still Bomb Squad Racing. That's it. That's all I got to say. I miss you guys that are over there racing. We all miss you. We missed the league that we had before this big breakup and split up. And I'm sorry that this, happened and went down the way that it did.
Very well said, Texas. Very well said.
Yes.
So with that, let's move this thing to the upside here. Let's get over to this last week's racing. A lot of stuff going on. Wednesday night, there was no truck race. Trucks were off on Wednesday, so we did race in the dirt. Dirt Championship Series was run at Terre Haute on Wednesday night. And this past Wednesday's dirt winner was BSR Hot Rod, last season's Dirt Series champion. The number 65, the Foot Doctor himself, brings home another victory in the dirt. Congratulations, Larry. Great job, man.
Thanks, I need it. I'm trying to catch Eli's out in the lead in the points, and he's going to be tough to catch. But I'm trying, doing everything I can.
Well, it doesn't look like he's got too big of a lead on you. And there are how many races left in this series?
I'm not sure. We're windowing down. I think there's 6, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Yep, 6 races left.
Well, 6 races, you've got some time, and like I said, it doesn't look like we'll get to the points here in a minute, but it doesn't look like he's got a huge lead on you. It looks like there was a decent turnout for the race, though. Let's take a look at the results from Wednesday night's Dirt Series race.
Yes, I got the win. Mr. Eli came in second, so I only gained one. Mayhem, with a rare appearance, finishes third. Chris Chaos, another rare appearance, gets fourth. And Mr. Randy C, with another rare appearance, rounds out the top 5. Way to go, Randy.
Randy, top 5 in the dirt. Good job, man. And look at Chris Chaos, also top 5. Looks like Eli did manage to lead the most laps with 48. You were close there, Hot Rod. 41 laps led, but Eli did manage to get that extra bonus point. So I see you're
No.
Oh, that's right. There is no
points
bonus
for lead
point.
laps in the dirt.
That's right.
I didn't know Bench Horn finished fourth. Good job, Chris Chaos.
Yes, he did. He actually impressed me. The little bit that he races, he came out on the dirt, looked pretty good. I was impressed.
Yeah, excellent job, Gear. Look at Gear right there, 6th place. I mean, that's a good finish as well. I had to miss this race. I had some things I had to take care of, so I had to miss this, or I'd have been there. We'd have had 12 in the dirt. I apologize, fellas. I wasn't able to show up. But I will be there this week. I'll be there tomorrow night for the dirt.
Good. I need the help. I need to catch Eli. I can't do it without you, buddy. I need you to get some distance between us for me.
I don't know if I'm, if I finish in front of Eli, it's going to be luck. I promise you that.
Hey, you're still due to win one. I still expect you to win one here before the end of the year is out.
So where are we headed to next week in the dirt?
We are going to Fulton, I believe it is. Let me double check. Yes, schedule says Fulton. We are going to Fulton, the great state of New York. We're going to be in the great state of New York for the next 3 dirt races. They're not consecutive though. We race the dirt this week, then back to the trucks, then back to the dirt for 2 weeks. So the schedule's going to be interesting. Off and on from here to the end now.
Fulton, that's a fun track. I know we've raced there several times now, and I think that's going to be a fun race. So let's take a look at the points as they stand right now in this Wednesday night dirt track series. Eli 114 does hold the lead with an 8-point lead over Hot Rod. I think you can, that's with as many races that are left, that's doable.
Yes, it's doable. The problem is Eli is Eli, and he is going to not give it up easy. I will guarantee that.
Well, Eli is a great dirt racer. We all know that. He's fast everywhere, and he does a great job. That's for sure. It's just how the dirt is. It's hard to avoid incidents. So a lot of the times, it's very easy to get caught up in something, and you go from the front to the back really quick. Yeah, and a lot of times it may not take that long to get back to the front, but if that happens at the wrong time, you got 10 laps left to go, you end up at the back. Yeah, it's hard to make that up in a few laps. So what I wanted to comment on is look who's sitting here in 3rd place. Rugrat.
Miss Rugrat.
Third
place in the dirt.
That's pretty awesome. That's a good job. Down by 49 points. She's ahead of myself, down by 65, and Pockets down by 72. 3rd place. First official season, really. I mean, she's ran several races with us in several different series, but she's run a lot of races in this series, enough to have herself sitting in 3rd place in the points, man. I think you're doing a great job there, Rugrat. Hats off to you.
Thank you.
If I'm not mistaken, Texas, she has ran all but one of these dirt races. I think she missed the very first one in the season.
Yes, and that's because I was sick. You couldn't get me out of bed.
Yes.
But I just want to say thank you, Texan, for missing that race, because if you wouldn't have missed that race, I don't know if I would have passed you out. and I was behind you going into that race. And I want to say a big thank you to all you guys for pushing me, because if you wouldn't push me, I would still probably let you push me around in the dirt.
Well, you're doing a
I don't
great
think
job.
I'm gonna catch her.
No, I don't think so either. She's got 16 points on me.
And 6 races. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of points in the dirt.
Yeah.
I still try to figure out for myself how the heck I ended up fifth. I was everywhere but going straight in half the time in that race. How I got back up to fifth is beyond me.
That's one of the great things about this dirt. You know, like I was saying earlier, it's easy to go from the front to the back pretty quick. You know, Pamian and myself, we kind of joke about it every once in a while. Before he started actually racing with us, he was watching my live streams a lot. And, you know, I would get to work the next day and he would comment on, oh, it was dirt. Yeah, front to back, front to back, front to back. And that's kind of how it goes, really, in a lot of these dirt races. When an incident happens on the track, it's extremely difficult to miss it or avoid it. So cars get bumped around, knocked out. They take up the whole track. So you know, I mean, it's easy for you know, for somebody to get knocked around front to back really quickly, and you can advance your position just by missing the incidents.
I do know one thing, and I'm pretty good in the dirt, and Eli's really good in the dirt, and he'll tell you it's a whole lot easier to go from the front to the back than it is to go from the back to the front. I will guarantee that.
Oh, absolutely. Well, let's move on and talk about Thursday night. Thursday night Cup Series ran at Darlington this week. This was the second to the last race in segment 2. We have just one more race coming up this week at Indy that will finish off the last race of the second segment of the Cup season, and we'll be headed into the chase in the Cup Series as well. So at Darlington this week, it was BSR Mayhem, the man who did that intro that we heard earlier today. Pulled off the win. Now I know this is not a Darlington render. It says New Hampshire back there, but Scar's been a little bit busy this week, and so I'm making do with some of his past renders here. So we do have a render of this number 4 5150 car that I was able to put up here for you guys. Mayhem did pull off the victory at Darlington. Had a great race. Led a lot of laps and pulled off the win. So that's another win for Mayhem in this Cup Series, bringing him another bonus point towards his chase and putting him up closer to the top, actually, of the bonus points. He's right there with some of the top guys. So not only doing well in the Truck Series, but also doing well in the Cup Series this year. Congrats on the win, Mayhem. Great job, man.
Thank you. That was a hell of a fight. This like Bristol and Dover, the very end of the run, you are loose from center off is just a nightmare towards the end of the run. And this to me is definitely the hardest track now that I've ran it again. And yeah, I was just fighting the car all night, just trying to keep it in front and, you know, definitely get loose and had to stab the brakes and keep it straight. But that was hella fun. I've always wanted to win at Darlington. So that was really cool. And yeah, I'm sure Scar will get a render going. I did run a throwback 4 car, kind of similar to Sterling Marlin's 94, 95 car. That definitely propelled me to a win, feeling good in that car.
Yes, it was throwback week for NASCAR this week as well. I saw some of the Xfinity race the other night, and they were all in throwback cars, and I believe all the Cup cars were in throwback cars this week as well, weren't they?
Absolutely.
Yes. Rusty or Brad ran one of Rusty Wallace's old cars. They had the city car from Days of Thunder. They had that in there. They had one of Kyle Petty's kid, Adam. Adam's car was in there, the spree car. It was pretty cool.
I was so looking forward to coming to for that race, and I got held up at work and couldn't get out in time because I wanted to bring this. You know what? I'm gonna Ron Hutcherson car out, or Dick Hutcherson car out, and so I'm just gonna bring it out tomorrow, Saturday night.
Do it.
Well, when we're not running trucks.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Darlington's very, very tough track. I had a rough time at Darlington, as I knew I would. It's always been my worst track, I think, of the entire series. Uh, let's take a look at race results from Thursday night's race.
Yes, Mayhem with a great win. He dominated the race, led the most laps at 130. Pockets led 5. I led 12. Texan got 4th, and Gear rounds out top 5.
Well, as you can see, it looks like several people feel the same way about Darlington because it was a bit of a light turnout on Thursday night. But look at that, Pockets and Mayhem, the only two cars to finish on the lead lap. Myself and Hot Rod both finished a lap down. I did not lead a single lap in that race. And it looks like Gear and Eddie, they're still both still kind of getting used to this sim a little bit. I think Gear, you've raced this sim a little bit already, right?
They both fell out too.
Yeah, I fell out on that race, but I haven't raced NASCAR 2003 that much.
Yeah, so both of you guys still getting used to this sim, getting used to racing. In Darlington, the toughest track on the schedule. I mean, that's so different, completely different at both ends. And like Mayhem was saying earlier, your setup just gets so loose mid run and the last part of the run. You guys did a great job finishing that race and just hanging in there. Thank God we only got to do this track once.
I don't know. I had a good long run car again.
Hey, that was a caution-free race.
Yes, it was caution-free on Thursday night in the Cup Series. Every single pit stop was a green flag stop, and yeah, I mean that's something to say.
That's what happened to me, Texan. That's why I wasn't on the lead lap. I got burnt in the pits, bit myself in the foot. I got caught speeding coming out. Remember, on the first stop.
Yes, I do, and you still managed to finish ahead of me. I spun the car coming off of turn 2. And it fried my tires. I had 0 front tires. I fried both of my front tires completely flat and had to make my way around on the apron at about 30 miles per hour for the rest of the lap in order to be able to get into the pits. So, even having your black flag in the pits, I lost so much time doing that you still managed to finish ahead of me. And when you go green, mistakes like that, they cost you. That's what happens.
And how flexible are you to be able to bite yourself in the foot?
I don't know, but I definitely had a good long run car. Even Mayhem will attest. It was pretty good.
Yeah, fresh tires makes everyone a superhero.
So let's take a look at the points here in the Cup Series with just one race to go in segment 2. I still hold the lead. It has been closed up a little bit. BSR Pockets in second, down by 57. Mayhem in third, down by 61. Hot Rod in fourth, down by 124. And Momo, who did not make this race, dropped back to fifth place, down by 132. Momo had, I believe he had some company on Thursday night, was watching the college football. And like I said, it's Darlington, so can't blame him necessarily there. There's several drivers who feel about the same way that I do about Darlington, not their favorite track.
and me and Momo both talked about him missing. Part of his not racing was it just me and him battling kind of together for 4th and 5th, and that's only one bonus point, so it really doesn't matter who gets which.
So long as you finish in that top 5, you're going to get that one bonus point.
Right. We're pretty much locked right where we are. Me and him may swap spots, but that's about it. So that's why, yeah, that was part of his decision not to race.
Well, speaking of bonus points, we do still have some bonus points to show for you in this series, the one series that has not yet entered the chase. So let's go over and take a look how they stand currently. BSR Mayhem, with the victory, moves himself up to 3 wins in the Cup Series so far this season, and also moves himself up in the total bonus points over there to a total of 19, putting him only 6 points off the lead currently. Looks like I still hold the lead in bonus points with 25. Looks like Momo still in second place right there with 22. So Momo only 3 points off the lead currently in bonus points, and Mayhem moving up to 19, now only 6 points off the lead heading into the chase. So we've got just one more race at Indy this coming up week on Thursday. That race will give out our last bonus point for a race winner. Then we'll fill up these last 2 boxes here, segment 2 top 5 and full season top 5. Those bonus points will be added in, and we will have our chase standings prior to race number 1. What is going to be our first race of the chase? So after Indianapolis, what's going to be the first chase race for this Thursday night Cup Series?
I don't know. I did not get a chance to work on the schedule. I could go look, but I don't. Off the top of my head, I don't know what it is. But I'll go look here. Give me a second.
But we've still got to get Indy out of the way. Indy, that's a great track. I love Indianapolis.
Las Vegas is the first race of the chase.
That's right. That's absolutely correct.
And Las Vegas also 5150 race, is it not?
I believe it's our
Yes,
final
it is.
5150 race.
The final
Yes.
5150.
Yes, he is right about that also.
So you got Vegas up there. What were the finishings last in the last Vegas race? Because I know I still need to improve on my 5150 average. Where did I finish at Vegas earlier in the season? Do I even have a chance to improve my average at this point?
Hang on. It kicked me off the points page when I went to look at the schedule. So I had to bring that back up. All right. Okay. So
I believe you won the poll. You finished 4th.
And where did Mayhem finish? Because I believe it's basically down to Mayhem and myself in this 5150 challenge.
I blew up, so I wound up finishing 7th or something like that.
So you're definitely probably going to improve your average a little bit, which means I need to win. I need to win.
Mayhem finished in 18th.
Oh no.
Oh, I see. A bunch of numbers were removed. So I was 18th, and you were 6th.
No, he finished 6th.
No.
Yeah, you're right. You're correct. 6th. He started on the pole and finished 6th. That's correct.
So you currently have an 18 in your average, which is definitely going to change at this, which is going to drastically improve your average.
Right, because your 19 stays because that was at Atlanta, which we don't run more than once.
That's right. So yeah, man, I'm not liking my odds here in this 150 challenge. But we're going to do the best we can. So we'll just have to see how it goes at Vegas. We still got to get Indianapolis out of the way this Thursday night. And that's going to be a great race. I think we're going to have a good turnout on Thursday. Indy, always a lot of fun. Great track to race at, and a great track to finish off the regular season. So let's go.
Yeah, it's definitely the first year we're doing that, correct? The first time we're finishing the season out at Indy.
Yes, yeah.
That's correct. And it'll be the last time, too. For anybody that does not know, next year Indianapolis moves to the 4th of July.
Well,
put Chicagoland back in its place?
No, it's taking over Daytona on the 4th of July.
Oh Lord! What? Hold on. So there's not going to be a summer Daytona race?
It's
Yes,
not
but it
that
will
weekend.
not be on the 4th of July.
Yeah, they're not taking away your summertime super speedway. Don't worry. They're
No,
not
I
doing
mean,
that.
but the 4th of July at Daytona is a tradition. How long has that been a tradition?
Since they started running Daytona in the 4th of July, it's
I mean,
been
are
at
they
least
just trying
10
to kill the
years.
sport or what? I mean, you
That's a
can't.
good answer.
Are they purposely trying to make people not watch it anymore? Is that what they're trying to do? Are they? That doesn't make any sense to me. Those are the stupidest people I ever seen. How are you going to take Daytona away from 4th of July?
Well, they
That's
did.
the Firecracker 400, for God's sake.
Well, why do you have to?
Well, if they had to move it somewhere, Indianapolis. I mean, that's another iconic track. So
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
not.
for open wheel cars, it's iconic.
Yes, Indianapolis is not a
It's,
NASCAR track. That is not
no,
iconic
it's
for
not.
NASCAR.
Well, I guess the Brickyard has been pretty iconic. There's been some moment people don't kiss the bricks because of something that somebody did in open wheel car. They do it because of Dale Jarrett in NASCAR. So
No, you're wrong. They were kissing the bricks way before Dale Jarrett came around. Absolutely.
Well, they were pouring the
And
milk on
drinking
their
the
head,
milk.
too.
And drinking the
Yeah.
milk. That's
Well,
been
the
a
milk is
tradition
definitely IndyCar.
forever.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying to say it's an iconic NASCAR track. I don't think that it's an iconic It's an iconic track. It's a legendary track, but for open wheel cars.
But not a NASCAR legendary track. Or iconic. It's just not. It's just not a NASCAR track.
Yeah, just look it up though. Dale Jarrett, in fact, was the first one to ever kiss the bricks. The milk is an Indy thing.
Well, let's look it up. Did you look it up?
I wouldn't say facts. Go ahead,
while somebody's looking it up, let's go ahead and take a look at Friday night. Friday night Xfinity Series also ran at Indianapolis, and once again on Friday night,
Darlington.
Darlington. I got Indy on the brain. So once again at Darlington, it was BSR Mayhem. Mayhem swept the week at Darlington this week, winning both races in the Cup Series and in the Xfinity Series. You know, what can you say? Fast car. He's got something for Darlington. He's got it down at Darlington. Great job, Mayhem. Congratulations on the sweep, back-to-back victories, and Darlington, man, you got it. Good job.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been wanting to sweep a weekend that wasn't the All-Star race, and this was a hell of a track to do it because I have always loved Darlington. Flat-footing it through turn one and knowing how to brake and handle the car through 3 and 4, and just, you watch guys who maybe haven't, not in this league, but, back in the day, you'd watch guys who just had no clue how much they had to slow down. They said, look how tiny that corner is. You can't go flat like you would in 1 and 2. And I figured it out before anyone else as far as, my peers at the time. And so I've always wanted to come and race with guys who knew what they were doing and see where I stacked up. And, year by year, it just got better and better. And this year, man, I nailed that setup and got lucky and everything worked out.
Yeah.
Yes, it was Dale Jarrett was the first one, but it was Todd Parrott's idea in 1996. The first Indy driver to do it in 2003 was Gil Gerard.
Gil Gerard. So it was Dale Jarrett.
Buck Rogers.
No. He was the first Indy driver to do it years later.
Right.
Yes, that's what I just said.
I know. Well,
yeah.
That's not what they
Are you
did.
listening?
That's what I heard.
He did it in 2003. Gil Gerard.
And what year did Dale Jarrett do it in?
1996. Gil Gerard did it in 2003. But it was Todd Parrott's idea. They wanted to pay tribute to the iconic.
The Coke 0400 was first raced in 1959.
Buck Rogers, come on.
Okay, so Davison actually did it in 36 and no one noticed it until 56.
Oh, Rugrat with the history.
Where'd you get that at?
probably the same site that you did if you would have read the whole thing.
Probably so. I'm just wondering how many people are catching. Oh, Eddie D's on it.
WishTV.com, she said.
TwitchTV.com?
WishTV.com.
Yeah, Indianapolis, motorspeedway.com never mentions that.
Yeah, well, maybe they didn't notice.
Oh, Rugrat noticed. She got that packed in there for us. So, yeah. 1939, she said.
36.
36.
And it was his third. It was on his third victory that he did it.
Well, I wonder if Dale Jarrett even knew that when he got out and kissed the bricks, being, I guess, the second person to do it, first time in
NASCAR.
What was that? 60 years?
Yeah.
Well, back then it would all been bricks, wouldn't it? Steel.
Yeah, you're probably right.
No, they just added those bricks and in 36.
Well, let's take a look at the race results from our Friday night Xfinity race at Darlington.
So Mayhem got the win. He led the most laps, 72. Gears second, Pockets third, Texan fourth, and Momo rounds out the top five.
And Momo did show up for Friday night's race. We had a little better turnout on Friday night. It looks like than we did on Thursday. Pockets again with a great finish. Second place on Thursday night, third place on Friday night. But look at Gear. Man, Gear, second place at Darlington on Friday night. Great job, man.
Yeah, he had a good car. Yeah.
Late caution and Momo spun off the start.
Yeah, but he didn't share his setup with me.
Who?
All I'm saying is
you.
It was Texan setup.
I don't run Texan setup.
All I'm saying is second place at Darlington is something to be very, very, very proud of. That's very close to winning Darlington, which is, I'll tell you, of all the races probably that I've ever won several years ago, I actually got lucky and won at Darlington, and that's without a doubt the toughest track on the circuit. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Is anybody going to disagree with that?
No, but you guys all know that this is actually a crown jewel event.
Absolutely.
So Mayhem swept the crown jewel this year. That's an accomplishment in its own right.
I just don't like giving him credit for anything.
That's right.
I don't really either, but
I'm not going to.
I had a good long run second car, and it kind of bit me in this race because we didn't have a long run.
Well, this was the first race of the Xfinity Series chase. So part of the reason we were late tonight is we had to get the points updated, get all the bonus points added in to everybody's chase finish. So we would have our actual chase standings here after this first race. And Larry and I did spend some time. We got it all hashed out. And after the race, basically your race standings, you're finishing here from your Darlington race. Every bonus point you had going into this race has been added to whatever points you got in this race. So we're going to go over here, take a look at the points as they stand with bonus points added in. These are our official chase standings for the Friday night Xfinity Series.
Good wins, Mayhem. I was just kidding.
Thank you.
So it looks like I hold the lead, but only by 1 point over BSR Pockets. Momo Pockets, second place in the chase, down by 1 point on Friday night. Momo in third,
Andy,
only down by 4. Hot Rod in fourth, down by 13, and Mayhem rounding out the top five, down by 20. Mayhem, if you'd have been able to make some more of these races on Friday night, man, you would be right there fighting for the lead in this series as well. I don't think you made enough in either segment to get full bonus points. So basically, you went into this chase. If I remember correctly, 11 bonus points was what you had versus.
Yes,
I think
it
I
was
had
11.
27, somewhere in that range. So, you went in 16 points back off the lead. If you had made some more of these races, you take that 16 points, you'd be right there with Momo, uh, you know, 4 points behind. So,
Who? Who
Momo.
y'all talking about?
Talking about Mayhem, not being able to make as many of the
Oh,
Friday
I
night
feel sorry
races.
for
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Well, he's
By the way, I read your Wish TV article. There's no mention of anybody else ever kissing the bricks but Dale Jarrett.
I'll get her to message it to you.
Yeah,
Screenshot it and
I'm
message it
literally
to
on
you.
Wish TV.
That's where she said she got it from. It's at the beginning of or at the end of the article. I don't know. I don't have it, and I'm not looking at it. And she's in bed.
See, that's another thing about NASCAR. How did we go from kissing the trophy girl to kissing the bricks? Just another moment of decline of the sport.
Well, you got to be politically correct these days. Kissing the trophy girl, not seen very well in the public eye, I guess, nowadays.
Well, what do you think when they apply for the job of trophy girl? What do you think that includes? I mean, good Lord.
Knee
Come on.
pads.
That Linda Vaughn got old.
I'm just saying, I'm just pointing out the decline of Western civilization and NASCAR.
So, being on the topic of Indy, this Xfinity Series does race at Indy this week as well, do they not?
Yes, they do.
So, Wednesday night, tomorrow night, we'll be in the dirt at Fulton. Thursday and Friday, Cup and Xfinity Series will both be at Indy. We'll be finishing up segment 2 in the Cup Series, and it will be our second race of the Xfinity Series chase. So I can't believe we're this deep into the season already. We've already started the chase in 2 of the different series, getting ready to start the chase now in the Cup Series. We're down to the end. This is the final run, the final stretch of 2019. It's been a great racing season, barring what's happened with our league recently. It's been a great year. It's been a great season, and I can't believe we're already this close to the end of it. Coming up on the end of the season, I'm going to miss it once we finish up. We've got a couple of months of no racing, just fun runs, and we're still going to run the AK. We're going to run the AK series in the
Right,
off
Momo.
season, right?
Yeah, of course we are. Absolutely. We will do we will. Yes, that's a continued tradition. And Saturday night, are we going to talk about what's going to transpire Saturday night?
Absolutely. This past Saturday night, being the holiday weekend, we did not run. We did not run the team series. So, being a holiday, we took the Saturday night off. We are going to finish the season this coming Saturday. This will be the last race of season 38 of the team series. I do not have the points up here currently, but I believe I can find them for you guys right quick. Give me just a second here. And let me get these up for you. Hang on. Now I got to just get them in the window, right? I just used the same window that I already had up here. There we go. There they are. So it looks like
User disconnected
getting
from
ready
your
to
channel.
finish up the series here. The original team still in the lead, only by 3 points over the beer making team. The Ghost team also in third place, only down by 7. Hot down by 25, Reaper by 44, and Teriyaki down by 49. So it looks like the fight is between these top 3 teams here, and there may be a little bit of a battle between the Reaper team and the Teriyaki team to keep out of that last place spot. Only 5 points separating Reaper from Teriyaki at the moment. So Teriyaki has a decent race, and the Reaper team, not such a great race. Teriyaki could pull themselves off of that bottom spot there and put Reaper down at the bottom of the list. But look up right there, 3 points to Beer Bacon, 7 points to Ghost. The original team is myself and Momo. We've done all we could this year to try to keep our team up there. We've been close to the front. I think we've only held the lead a couple of times. Beer Bacon, I think, has dominated this season. They've held the lead longer than any other team. Ghost has also done a great job. So you got myself and Momo on Beer Bacon. I mean on original. Beer Bacon is BSR Pockets, BSR Scar. Do y'all have a third member? Pockets?
No, our third member defected.
So we got Pockets and Scar on Beer Bacon, and SS Joba, and it's Randy C. Randy, you're on Ghost.
Eli is with Joba.
Eli. So, I mean, those 3 teams right there. SS has won several races in this series as in this season, as he has in just about every season. SS a great super speedway racer. Pit stops. He's top notch in pit stops. He knows how to keep his car up there at the front, and as we've seen in the past, even when he's up there at the front at the end of the race all by himself, he can manage to win that race with no help, basically, and other teams working against him. And that Beer Bacon team, Scar and Pockets, also both great super speedway racers, great in the pits, knowing how to get it done, knowing how to use the team strategy to get their victory. And then you got myself and Momo currently holding on to the lead. I think we both do a pretty good job too. We're pretty decent in the pits, and we know how to stay up in the front. So it's going to be a hell of a battle this last final race to see who's going to be on top at the end of season 38.
Yes, and that is season 38, so that means this is the 380th race of that series on Saturday night that started in 2008. And that series was, the idea of that series came from me. You think they're going to try to steal that idea? You think they're going to claim that tradition carries over? No, that's right here where it's always been, and it will always continue to be, right here at the Real Bomb Squad Racing, race 380 on our way to 400.
I'm just going to throw it out there, Texan, that Teriyaki is checkers or wreckers, nothing else.
Amen. Hey, Palmian, I see you out there saying you're going to hold us back. Let's see how that works out.
Hey, man, I said I only got to stay within 4 points of you to stay ahead.
And I like that, because when I did originate this series, I did one of the taglines where it was, "Smack talking is not only allowed, it's encouraged."
And the other thing is, and Pockets can relate to this, the last time we were at this track, it was Pockets, Scar, and DJ, and I busted them all up to finish second. So,
yes,
I'm just throwing that out. They know I'll have it the same setup, and I'm no holds barred. So
Larry,
look out.
Just to set the record straight on that, I kind of busted the other 2 up. I finished 4th.
Yes, you did help, Randy. Absolutely, I would have never got there without you. I'm just letting them. I'm just reminding them so they remember.
They're gonna have a few more things to remember when we get done. This is gonna be a good one.
So this final race will be at Daytona. Is that right?
Is that what the schedule says?
I believe it's Daytona, and I believe it is the
I
trucks.
thought I know it's the trucks, but I thought it was Talladega, but it could be Daytona. It is Talladega.
It is Talladega.
I thought so.
Okay.
Talladega
I
and the
thought
trucks.
so.
Ooh.
That-
baby.
And last time we were at Talladega, the truck Scar won. That's when it was Scar. It was Scar, Pockets, and DJ, and they were running right together. And me and Randy busted them all up, pushed them all out of whack from nowhere.
And I had a truck that was basically dead.
And I only missed beating Scar by like 0.05, so it was like almost a dead heat at the line.
So I think that's about all we got for you guys this week. Again, apologize for the long delay, the late start, and we're running a little bit late tonight, about an hour behind our usual schedule for the spotter stand. We'll be back on schedule next week, starting at a regular time. And again, Mayhem, man, that intro, I love that intro. I'm leaving that in there. We're going to use that at the beginning of every show. Man, that is awesome.
Awesome. Very cool.
That was cool, bud.
Thank you.
Yes, it was. You are good for something.
Okay, I just want to, before you end, I just want to throw it out there that everyone needs to run the downloader tomorrow. The 65 car will have a new car in for the dirt.
Well, you heard it right here on the spotter stand. Don't forget to check the car file manager before the race tomorrow night, because there will be at least one new car in there for the Dirt Series. So tomorrow night, regular race time, we will be at Fulton. I almost forgot what track we were going to be at. We'll be at Fulton tomorrow night in the dirt, and we'll be moving on to Indianapolis in the Cup Series on Thursday night and in the Xfinity on Friday night. So we appreciate everybody tuning in, and we will see you on the track tomorrow night.
Later.
See y'all.